Hi guys, welcome to Reality React channel. In this channel, we watch reality TV shows, we recap, review, and for the fun of it. And today, I'll be recapping Uthando Nesthembu, the real novella, season 8, episode 20, and it's the day of the party from Seliku's 50th birthday. And as the episode starts, they show us MaNgwabe saying that she's the one who had organized the birthday party, and also remember that she said that this is her farewell to Mseleku. So this is it for her. So she's done with this man and all of that. And people arrive at the party between 4 and 5 p.m. And then Seliku arrives around 5 as well, and then Mayeni arrives first, and then Matlele arrives after her as well, around 10 minutes after she had arrived. And then Seliku seems he is displeased with the fact that his wives were late and he arrived before them, and now he's talking about how this birthday celebration was so that they could celebrate his life, but also for him to thank them. But what is there to thank? And he doesn't understand why his wives don't get that he's a punctual man, and why they keep wanting to disrespect him and all of these things. And there are dancers there. The decor looks very nice. The couch that Mseleku needs to be sitting on, that got directed by the MC Bobby Tutsi, that they are related with Mseleku. They call each other brothers. But and as he's sitting, I'm like, if you're not a single man, if you're a married man and you're monogamous, and when they celebrate your birthday, we all know who's Mrs. Party. So in this case of Mseleku, he has to be, throughout the whole party, he had to be sitting with his kids, sitting with whoever, and it seems like Mseleku could use his phone, but it seems like he struggled with seeing things around the party. And at one point, his kids and also his brother, the MC, is also directing him to where to sit. And when Mayeni gets to the party, right, there's a sitting arrangement that was arranged that the wives could sit, all of them, at one place. And then she says that she's not going to sit there. And then they have a discussion with the guy, to say that this is the arrangement that we have arranged for you. And then she's like, no, I'm not going to be comfortable. Who told you that I'll be comfortable? She goes and sit with the people. So the party is like this, right? There's like that Induna or Ikosi or something like that. And the wives' families. So like the Yeni family, the Kele family, the Mwabe family, and also we got to see his stepson. He's MaNgwabe's child as well, and the Khumalo family. The Khumalo family is the parents, and then the other ones, the MaNgwabe's family. I don't know. Her mother was not there, or I didn't see her. And it was maybe her brother, because someone called Mwabe, who's a man, stood up and spoke, and they look like they're almost the same age as MaNgwabe. So, or maybe it's her uncle. We never know. We don't know that yet. And then the birthday party begins. Guys, MaKhumalo and MaNgwabe are still not there. Mseleku is displeased, and also Mseleku tells us that he knew that he was going to leave, but he didn't think that he was going to be able to celebrate his 50th birthday. And I'm like, but you are the same guy that said that to MaNgwabe that you are going to live up until like 70, and now you are now telling us a different story. Like, no, man. Like, they need to be. I know that his illness maybe is causing issues in his family, but if you have said something, then you are likely going to remember if it's the truth. But it's because, sometimes maybe they were just having pillow talks around those stuff, around his long life and whatnot. So guys, the MC welcomes everyone, and one of the pastors there, that's friends to Mseleku, opens the party with the prayer. And he starts now. Another person comes in and talks about Mseleku's 50th, and how gold and black symbolizes that one has grown, and it symbolizes a status and all of that, and midlife and all of those things, and it looks very nice. And then one of the kids, Lwandle, goes and sits with his dad by the couch there, and as the program is going on, that's when MaKhumalo walks in, and she's like 3 hours later than Mseleko, because she arrives at 8:30 p.m. and then MaNgwabe arrives at 9:45 p.m. So those type of things is what irritated Mseleko, and those are the things that makes me wonder that what was their whole purpose of doing all of these things, as much as they all have reasons, except for MaKhumalo, who walks in and says that she's not late. But anyway, we'll move to the next scene, and I'm surprised by a lot of things as the party is going on. There's no, like, except for a few moments here and there where there's a bit of celebratory moments and stuff like that. And it makes me wonder if that's not part of the reasons why the elders from the Yeni family they decided not to participate and sent the younger people to go to the party. Like, I'm just wondering what could have been the reason for all of these things that happened, that it looked like it's somber, it looked like they are not having fun, and it just looks like they're not in there and they are not enjoying themselves. I wonder at what point, because even when Matele tried to give the party the vavavoom by dancing, when those guys were dancing and she was walking the red carpet, no one even ululated. The only ululation they did, or one of the first ululations that they did, was when MaKhumalo was walking in, but they were ululating for Mseleko, right, to welcome him and saying we give thanks and all of that. Also, not the wives making us agree with Mseleko, because why were they that late, especially MaKhumalo and MaNgwabe? Like, you can't be that late that your husband arrives first, your guest arrives first, your family arrives first, and then you are not there. I don't know. I don't understand why they couldn't sort out their issues that they needed to sort before the event. And I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't understand what is going on in their thing. But one thing that Mseleko will always complain about is the fact that his wives are trying to control him. And I'm like, at what point are they trying to control him? Like, what exactly have they done to show that they want to control him, except say they don't want number 5, and now that they are late? And also, at one point, Mseleko said that he can't believe he turned 50. And or like he was expecting life, but he didn't imagine to be turning 50. Yet he had told MaNgwabe that he was going to live up until like 70. So which one is it? Is he lying, or MaNgwabe was lying in that diary session when Mseleko was in hospital? I just want to know, like, are they lying to us? Are they not lying to us? And why are they late? They are making us agree with Mseleko. And when they're introducing the problems, and one of them is the fact that Mayeni does not see him and his family, and that's why her elders did not come to, her elders from her family did not pitch to his event. And I'm like, I think he's over, when you think that you are too important, people have other things. And also, not everyone wants to be on TV. Like, they know his things revolve around TV. They probably did not pitch because and also their child Mayeni went home because he couldn't take care of her when she was coming out from the operation. Who would come and celebrate the life of a man who's not treating their child well? That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why he doesn't think further than himself. It sounds like when people are not lying when they say that a man who is who is in his temple is selfish. Everything needs to revolve around him. You can't be blaming the Yeni family for not pitching to your birthday party. They don't have to pitch to your birthday party. And besides that, you are not treating their child well. Who do that? They're not like, I don't want to blame other people, but they're not like the Khumalo family that came in, even though he has said bad things about their child. And he has seen how the things he has said about her wanting to marry another Khumalo girl while he is married to their child. Oh well, they gave her away while she was still a teenager anyway. But like, not everyone is like that. And also, we see MaNgwabe's child, the firstborn. He is there at the birthday party of his stepfather. I can't even say his stepfather because he's not stepping up. So at the birthday of his mother's partner. So guys, MaKhumalo arrives just before the speeches by the Mseleku's in-laws, right? And one of them is that, and then when she arrives there, I think the director in a diary session probably asked, how do you feel about getting here on this time? Tell me why she says that she doesn't believe that she is late. Like, and because there are things that she had to do, but she doesn't tell us what exactly she had to do. But I'm like, MaKhumalo, what is happening? Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, I would try to get it if she was to say that she had work commitments, and maybe this on the day of the birthday was during the week and she had other things to do and stuff like that. But she says no. She's not late. She doesn't see anything wrong. And beside Mseleku thinks that when people arrive before him, then they are late. But if you arrive after the program has started and the program started on time that was supposed to start on, then you are late. And how are you arriving 3 hours after your husband on his birthday party? That's what happened. And then his in-laws wish him well, and only the Cele people said that they are happy with how he treated Macele, right? And I think even the Khumalo guy, but I didn't hear it from the other ones. The rest of them just wished him well and just said that also, Mayeni also told him that she wishes him another extra 50 years in his life. And also, I don't know if they asked Macele what does she think about MaKhumalo arriving late or the wives arriving late, because she says that she believes that there's always a reason why people will arrive late at events. And I'm like, good for you, Macele, that's right. Because no one will just choose to arrive late, even if that reasoning is if the excuse is just like it's not a valid one, but there's still like a reasoning, then people will believe that, you know what, good for her. Because why are they asking her to comment on other women's arrival? That's just takey and just makes what people want to fight her. What, ne? I don't blame people when they try to find reasons why things happened and all of that. Because tell me, why is Mseleku now looking at his illness as a thing that arrived on this time that was right, because he almost didn't make it to 50, but because he had written it in his diary, so it's sort of like he manifested it to get to 50. I'm like, man, not so long ago, during like 10 minutes ago, when you started this show, you said that you can't believe that you have reached 50. Like, which one is which? So he's lying. He's the one who's lying. It's not MaNgwabe. MaNgwabe arrives almost 4 hours after Mseleku and the guests have arrived, and she said that she was fetching people as well, her family, and I'm like, from wherever to the party. And I'm like, ma'am, you couldn't hire someone to do that? You couldn't? The dress issue I get, But the fetching of people I don't understand, and also Mseleku that does not seem to understand. He said that he got the reasons after, and I don't think that he understood, because it doesn't. It's still an excuse. He could make it on time. It's not your party, so it will start after, even before you arrive, and it did start, and she arrives during the speeches and all of those things. And then I just think like they are grandstanding, the two younger wives there in the house, they are grandstanding Mseleku's birthday party. And also, which family was she fetching? Because her family was sitting there, and someone, like maybe her brother, stood up and gave the speech. Like, no. No. And then Abongwe stands up and to represent the kids, and then she gives her speech, and she first does the little praise of Mseleku, and then says that she's grateful her father has spoiled her and all of those things. And then she does another one where she's like a poet. She recites something to praise her father, and she goes and give him his gift. And then Mnini stands up to also talk, and as he's talking, now I think it hit him. He's reflecting on his father's health, and how he looked while he was in the hospital. And also, during the party, Mseleku was not sitting alone. He was sitting with Lwandle, and I think that's comforting, because it was a two-seater couch. It was not a one-seater couch. It would have looked weird to move. And also, MaKhumalo, when she came, she sat where she had been designed to sit. And I say these directors are very spicy, because they talk to her about her sitting arrangements, because remember, Mayini moved to go sit with her people, and also Makale did not sit there by the couch. And she says that it's important that when you are welcomed at the party and you are being told where to sit, you sit where you are told to sit. And I'm like, when a man director, very spicy people. So as Nini is crying, they rescue him, his brothers, to say, just go sit down, and starts crying. His sister is trying to comfort him and all of that. And then in the diary session with his dad, he wishes his dad well, and he wishes that his dad would thrive and live long and stuff like that. And then his dad says that I had already, I was almost giving up. I'm like, Mseleku, why are you telling a child such heavy things? Just be grateful, say thank you, and continue moving on. And then saying that he knows that his family was not gonna die down his family legacy is not gonna get lost or die because Mnene is around. And I'm like, yeah, but he would never know what would have happened, or he wouldn't have known what was going to happen if something bad had happened to him and stuff like that. And then, Mpumelelo is talking there, giving him his speech, and then it just actually didn't even start nicely. Or it did, because then he was saying that he's grateful to God and his ancestors for keeping his dad alive, right? And then sharp turn just goes south. Now it's about him instead of it being about his dad. And he says that his dad knows that he doesn't consult, he takes a decision. And I'm like, you're taking a decision about where and why? Because now you are a child. You are not an adult in that family. So what decision is he making what decision is he making? And also, no one agrees with him. All the people are shocked. We didn't get Mayini's comment this time around, but MaNgwabe is a lion. And I'm like, lion way? Lion comparison to do what? Because I understand that it's like a figure of speech, but like, why are you comparing yourself to such a big animal when you are probably like a cat? like a domesticated cat, not the one that roams around other people's houses, because he doesn't have his own place. His Trembo failed there on that TV show. Nothing that he's okay, not nothing, because I'm sure there are things that he does that is going well. But in this case, even Mseleku acknowledges that his son needs to grow up and his son needs to walk in his shoes first, and then so that he can walk in Mseleku's shoes. And also he acknowledges that his son is controlling his mothers, or he tries to control his mothers, forgetting that his mothers also report to him and stuff like that. And I'm like, but who is responsible for that? At what point are you going to say, me, I did something that made my son to take life the way he's taking it, to make the decisions that he's making. I need to be a good influence to my child, teach him how to be a child. You know, those type of things. Because even if you are like 40, 50, if your mother or your parents are still alive, you're sort of like a child. You can't be making huge decisions that are not like family decisions. You can't just make things without consulting with the people who own that thing. So like at what point is it trying to control? Guys, in the next episode, MaNgwabe is telling her child that Yena and her father, the father of the child, are no longer going to be together. And then she's shocked, but she's smiling. I don't know if she's smiling because she's happy for her mom, or they're acting this scene because I don't know. The people from Mzumbe have not said that MaNgwabe has left the house yet on social media. So we don't know if this is true or not. And this was shot last year. So we are aware of that. And then Mseleku is now crying as well. Like, who forced this guy to marry so many wives? Because is he only realizing that now when his health is taking, or he had always known that having multiple wives will cause issues in his life, where when he passes, his things will still not be intact? Like, what is this? Like, I need Mayeni to remind him that when he faced those wives, when he married them, he chose them. No one forced him to be in those relationships. Now he can't be crying and be acting funny in front of his in-laws as well. Like, who forced him? I wish they can show us one of the people reacting there, were like, no man, no one forced you, so just get on with life. And or divorce some of them, or agree when MaNgwabe says that she's not going to be with you anymore. And I wonder, how is the arrangement if someone is not married to only you? How do they share the assets? Like, what type of contracts do they get into? Because I know that when you are married, they need to change whatever rules and stuff like that, and all of these things. But I just wonder. And then in the next scene as well, he is crying to Snee about not living long, and I'm like, you're crying about not being sure about living long, but you are trying to marry a young wife. He needs to choose a struggle. You need to really choose and say, this is what I'm sticking to, and be happy. Because I don't understand why he's always complaining about these things when he can just move past them and live his life. And thank you guys for watching this recap. Please like the video and comment and subscribe to the channel. See you guys in the next one.